This is the Ontario Esports Provincial Championship League of Legends Series. That is a mouthful to say. I'm gonna say that every single time. It's a long, long title. Both of these teams are tip-top tailors. They're the top notch of Ontario. Challenger by Moelon is the Windsor Spice and Dice, whereas MiMos Angels are from the 6, even though they have 5 players from the 6. And I'm being joined with myself here today, Mr. Caster Simo, by the Frank, the one and only Frank.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, definitely a long title, but I think even in an even longer journey for a lot of these teams. They're coming out of either, we had a London qualifier, Waterloo qualifier, which I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, call me crazy here, but I'm pretty sure MiMos Angels are from the Waterloo qualifier, and obviously Moelon, or Challenger by Moelon, is from the Windsor. U of T Azure, definitely coming from the Midwestern Calgary qualifier, because that's, they're the Toronto ones, or MiMos is either from the Waterloo qualifier or the online qualifier. I'm not 100% sure.
I don't know. I just isn't Dank Meme Esports from
London.
They're from London? Really?
I'm pretty sure.
I thought Yuna was at U of T. Waterloo, sorry.
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Okay, whatever. Okay, guys, Frank's had a rough day. He didn't show up for the first game. He had his mic muted for the second.
Stop. Yeah.
Anyways, enough about the history. That's history. It's in the past. We got to talk about what's going on now. Nar, Echo, Victor being banned out by MiMos Angels. Good bans. Targeting the 7 buttons only and the Moelon Nar. As you had mentioned earlier, Tingar is kind of like a prominent player in the Windsor community, so banning him out might put him on Tiltgar rather than Tinnar, and might throw him a little bit off balance. But we do see the Nocturne available. We saw the Nocturne banned out. You had mentioned earlier. Let us he might lock it in later, but let us know what can we expect if Team Moelon picks up the Nocturne.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a whole heck of a lot of swapping roles, because I don't think he plays at top lane. Like, I legitimately think he plays it in the jungle. But Derek, like, if you're in Windsor and you talk about Derek as a player, he's going to the jungle. Like, that's his #1 main. He played for the CSL team. He played jungle. All the LAN teams he's played for, he's played jungle. So I really think he's going to stick it out there. And I think it was just tempting because it was available and he's played so much Nocturne. But you got to go with the team here. And I think Moelon, you need to play ADC in this one. If you're going to lane swap, even though you're like super good on one champion in the jungle, then you just put a guy who's not as comfortable into ADC. That's going to go probably pretty sour for you. Would not recommend.
I see. The Alistar's classic pickup for exotics. We had seen him on it the previous game, and he did very well on it. I commend his Alistar as opposed to my Alistar. We do see the Sivir and the Thresh being picked out by MiMos Angels. Last time we saw them on Callista Leona in the first game that they had played against Dan Kush, and it didn't work out too well for them. I'll be honest with you. I'll be completely honest. I think that they had tried to 2v2 very often, but on Dank Kush, Jack Sparrow was there every time, and he and Yuna rotated bot every time. So it created a lot of weird situations for MiMos Angels. Hopefully that's not going to be the case this game, but if Derek and his boys were paying attention, then he should know to stay bot lane, because It's a Wild Mimo and Capasun loved 2v2. They loved 2v2. So I don't know if they're gonna opt in for the swap here this game.
Yeah.
Fizz top is a very common champion to see in the meta right now. Do you happen to know why that is?
I mean, I think just in general, when you've got a champion that is that strong, if he can get through laning phase, I think the best place to put any champion that's just generically strong like that is in the top lane, so that they can feed as much as possible. You're going to be guaranteed more CS than any other lane, but he's also doing quite well against other casters like Vlad, who's starting to see a comeback in the top lane. Ryze is obviously very big in the top lane as well. One of the questions I want to ask you, though, is you can see the only champion that was banned, or sorry, there were two champions banned out from the comp from Challenger by Moelon. They had Victor and Gnar taken away from them.
Yeah.
Why would you not stick with Sivir, and why would you not stick with Rek'Sai? Or sorry, not Rek'Sai.
Yeah.
What's the other one? What am I thinking here? Who is the jungler? Rengar. Why wouldn't you keep Rengar and Sivir? Like, do taking away those two characters completely throw off your comp, where you have to now go for a completely different comp? And that's a legitimate question. Like, I'm actually not sure. Does that throw you off so much that a character as strong as Sivir is no longer viable because it just does not fit the comp now?
I think a Wild Mimo had first pick Sivir. So to answer your question slightly in the beginning, they had prioritized Lee Sin and Alistar over the Sivir. So what that means is that their comp needs to rely around Alistar. That sounds a little bit crazy, but the reason why Alistar is so prominent, even in a situation like this, because he can tank a lot of damage, and in this case he's gonna need it. They've got Nidalee in the jungle, Rumble ult on top of that layered sandwich, and they have 54 bomb 99, which every LAN I've seen him at, he picks Zed and he just split pushes, and he has 4 people chasing him and he jukes them all. So this guy is like a top-notch Zed player, maybe even better than Red Mercy, and that's saying a lot. Like, that's like, as soon as you hear Red Mercy, what? How dare he? What?
What are his fans called? Like, just like the Reds or something?
I think they're called the Mercenaries.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyways, I really want to answer your question. So they had prioritized the Lee Sin and the Alistar early on. I think what they really wanted was to get Derek on a comfortable champion, as opposed to focus on the comp. They still have a good comp. They still have the CC comp with the Varus, with the Varus ultimate, with the Cassiopeia ultimate. If Derek lands a good flank and he lands a good Dragon's Rage, that could set up a good pickup as well. I still think they're focusing around the CC oriented composition, but they're more focused on kiting back this time, as opposed to starting and engaging the fights. Last time we had seen them on the Sivir and the Rengar, and it worked well for them. The engagements had worked well for them. But in this case, if they do want to see that type of engage, we're going to have to see Alistar pick up a Talisman of Ascension or a Righteous Glory to be able to have his team charge forward and create the opportunity there. But I think the situation in general, they're looking for more of like a disengaged poke heavy comp. I mean, I know that your only poke is Varus, but you still can kite back with Vlad and Cassiopeia.
Yeah,
the
Alistar.
Yeah, does that kind of answer your question?
I feel like you just dropped the mic there. I'm going home now. All right, yeah, no, I definitely agree. I think that's smart. Especially, I didn't actually realize that Sivir was grabbed up there first, so that does make a lot of sense. In the individual lane matchup, we talked a lot about comps there. In the individual lane matchups, I feel like anytime Varus or somebody that's just super underplayed, like if we saw a Galio in this game, or if we saw like a Heimerdinger or something like that, you'd kind of question like how that lane's going to go. But anytime you pull out a pick like that, it can also throw off the other guy, because you don't really play against it too often. So seeing that come out here, it's going to be definitely an interesting way to go. And I will say that having the Sivir and the Zed and the Thresh, like, they have a really good like Zerging comp there, where they can just absolutely chase down. But you're right, it is all about the disengage. And if you're all running in one direction towards the enemy team or with a Cassiopeia on it, you're probably going to have a really rough time, especially if you can get that turnaround Cassiopeia ult with the Vlad ult there, and all the DOT damage will then be ramped up and then reapplied. It's going to be pretty stinky stuff. So nice Zerg comp, nice disengage comp. It's going to be really fun to see how this all plays out, though.
And also, I want to talk a little bit about what I like to call MiMos Angels comp. I call it the guiding comp. So what I mean by that is you have all these champions that are going to be guiding the enemies to where they want to go. So people are going to try to avoid Nidalee Spears. People are going to try to avoid Thresh Hooks. People are going to try to avoid Sivir Boomerangs. I mean, it's a weak spell. It's not going to do super amounts of damage if you have armor. But still, you're going to want to try to juke it. People are going to try to avoid Zed by walking away from his shadow. And people are going to try to avoid Rumble's ultimate. What does that mean? You can box in the enemy team. You can make them go down paths that you don't want them to go. You can create flanking opportunities. This is a like you had mentioned, it's a pretty good guiding comp that's going to zerg the enemy team into kind of a way that putting them into positions that they don't really want to be in. And that's I like this comp. I have never seen anything like it, and I like the direction that they had went with it. I just think that baby. Oh mama. Lots of early pressure. I think they know that they have the level 1 advantage, especially when they're just kind of pushing through. Cassiopeia is the kind of like that late game superstar who's not going to have a fun time in the beginning of the game. Ooh. And Varus as well takes a little bit of a minute to ramp up. So interested in seeing what that invade was for. Like, what is that going to accomplish? Well, they know Lee Sin's going to start red side now. They can see if Varus and Alistar start Gromp. Lee's actually going to start Gromp and going to potentially gank Vladimir top. I don't know. That vision was good, but I don't think it really. I think maybe Nidalee wants to fight. I think that's why. I think that's what it was.
The main information that they're gathering there is just that Lee Sin's going to be forced to start red, which could convert into a really, really early gank top. I would actually be in favor of that because Rumble is going to have a pretty good time against this Vladimir, especially in the mid game. So I think that's going to be a good idea. Plus, you kind of want to get that gank top over with really quickly, especially as a Vladimir. Yeah, he's got great escape with his W, but he's not going to have his W for the first little bit.
Yeah. Oh, hook coming out.
Looks like Moelon there to turn it around, though.
Looks like he can milk those.
Wow. And it's kind of a rush to level 2 right now, and I think Moelon is not focusing so much on it, though. Kappa-san level 2, and Moelon's level 2, so that's going to be good enough to keep these guys backed off here. If it was 2-2 versus 1-1, obviously you want to take advantage of that. And actually, Lee Sin, by the way, take a look at this. He's looking to line up and invade, or what is he doing here? Oh no, he took Scuttle. He's just spending a lot of time there. That threw me off.
You're like getting
I was excited.
worried.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, what's going on? This is not standard.
No.
But yeah, he was just getting the Scuttle. I don't think it's gonna see Nidalee.
Yeah.
Oh, it does spot her out. They are aware of her position. Rotate. Oh, but he juked. Oh, Cassiopeia should be a little bit worried about the gank. Oh,
You know what, though? That got rid of sharp vision. Oh, and 7 buttons. Nice juke. Great little dodge there in the flash away. Really smart stuff. Actually juked towards him, which baited out the ignite, too. So that's going to be at least getting down the ignite for a flash, which I really like.
Yeah, and I have to say, this is definitely Windsor's finest. I'm really digging this Challenger by Moelon team. Of course, from time to time, they do create a few mistakes, but it's nothing to cry over your shoulder about. And I actually really... Wow.
Jesus.
Wow. I really like this mid-camp, even though I was just talking about how much I love the Moelon team. It's very prominent in every single LCK, LCS, you know, ULCS, just all over. It's gonna have to put that on pause.
Wow, there we go. Nice little headbutt. Does not get him into tower range, though. Still, the damage exchange is pretty good. Follows up. Wild Mimo is going to be pretty well full HP with Moelon down a little bit. But you've got an Alistar there. He's going to be healing like crazy. And I don't know what he's going to max first here. I personally like to max out a little bit more damage from the W. But he might go E here just to create a better laning opportunity.
Being the Alistar expert that I am.
I was waiting.
You hardly ever max W. Like you max W after you max Q. But it's either you max Q or you max E, depending on how the lane is going. And let's see what he's doing. I can't tell you. He has to hit level 4. He's about to hit level 4, and I'll let you know what his thoughts are. But this is mid camp, and I'm not surprised. Putting Cassiopeia into the ground is priority number uno. He leveled his pulverized second, so he's looking to fight or he's looking to make plays. But that's standard. It's only if you're really getting like completely raffle stomped that you max E, like for that health. But very rarely do you actually ever go that route. I think out of like 50 games played on Alistar, I've maxed E 5 times.
You definitely just counted every single one of them.
What?
That was good. No, you're like dead on. It was definitely fun. Tingar, by the way, taking a beating up in that top lane, which again, that matchup is not favorable. Nice little Q turnaround there from the Varus. Not going to do too much, though. And again, you're right. It's all down to that mid lane. 7 buttons being so far behind right now. When Zed hits level 6, that's going to feel really terrible as well. Only has now a mana crystal. And, actually, Tingar jukes the ult? I don't know what to call that. Permanent Love, though, gets in. Tingar's going to jump up. Here's the slow. Derek's not quite ready yet to get that ultimate off. He's still level 5. In comes Zed, though. He's going to be able to burn this one down. Derek with the kill. Exotics is going to go down. Bouncing Blades. Too much. Delivers the present to his Alistar.
Jesus. Good guy Varus.
Yeah.
Seeking out those hearts. But yeah, it's looking a little rough for Challenger by Moelon, but I do want to touch on that. Good on MiMos Angels for abusing their early game. They do have a very, very strong early game. They have the Nadali damage, the Lantern Death Sentence from Thresh creates a lot of fancy opportunities in the early stages of the game. Zed obviously has some great fancy footwork to add to his Tango class. And as you can see, Nadali's just all over the map.
Wow.
Crazy.
Just way too much damage right now. And she's actually got a Sheen. That's exactly how she's able to output all that. Tingar's now in the bottom lane here. Did have to teleport down there, so not going to be too great. There's the W, though. He's going to get some slowdown. Capuson, though, turns it around with the hook, and actually a double kill on the back foot here. Derek is going to pick that, or gets killed off here, and 7 buttons gets in there as well. Everybody just turning. Great turnarounds here, I got to say, from Mimo. Just noticing that there's going to be inconsistencies in those engagements and takes full advantage now with a 3,000 gold lead. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I do want to mention the only reason why MiMos Angels is winning is because EGE.gg has to go to work at 5:30.
Yeah.
So they're trying to snowball each game, get to the finals, and hopefully EGE.gg can retire before he has to go to work.
He actually has to go at a certain time? That's
yeah, he has to go 5:30. So as soon as pretty much the name of the game for Moelon is to stall out this game as long as possible.
If you can get this game to go to 5:30, you are set. Jungle AFK, wait for them to pause, wait out the 30 minutes, you wait till 6. Boom. That's game number 2 in the bag for Moelon.
Game 3. And all the other teams will rage quit at that point. UFT will probably rage quit. Dank Kush will rage quit.
Yeah, you basically win the whole tournament.
You win the whole
this
tournament.
This game is so important for Moelon right now.
Huh?
If they could just stall the 6, they win the whole thing. Tingar. He's gonna wait. Smartly played by JJ. Oh, you crazy guy. Wow, that's a lot of damage. And he's walking around, by the way. Or sorry, I said Sheen before. Wait, where'd the Sheen go? Oh, there it
It's
is.
the new item. It's the
Yeah,
new,
that threw me off.
It's the new. Wait, is it the new item? No. There's the new jungle item. I don't know if. Oh.
It is this. Yeah, 54 bomb 99 might go down here. There we go. Nice kill.
God.
7 buttons. What a god.
Oh my Lanta. That was.
Oh! Jesus. Oh, man. And there was no follow-up. If he missed that spear, it was over. But he hits the spear.
All or nothing, but wow. EGE.gg really has to go.
Yeah.
It's almost like he plays every game with a full bladder and he's just like he's on 100%.
Wow, here we go. Moelon getting picked on here. Nice ultimate, though. Forces Mimo under turret. Nice Lantern turnaround, though. There's the exhaust coming down. Exotics is level 6. Has not popped that ultimate yet, so they're going to be able to back off on this one. Oh, the spear. Not long range enough. XJ99 not getting over that wall with the ultimate from Lee Sin, and he's waiting for that follow-up Q. Oh, what are you doing? Misses the Q, but I don't think he would have wanted to go for it regardless. He would have been a 3v1 there. But still, crazy stuff. Captasun does get the hook. Wow, this guy is nuts. And Tingar actually gets beat up a lot here in that top lane. Oh, and it's enough. Just barely.
This is so brutal to watch.
Yeah,
This is
actually
like,
99
oh
going down
my
on Derek
God.
too. Zed goes in there as well. 54 bomb 99 all over the map. Sivers going to get picked on a little bit here though. Wild Mimo is going to get stomped on, and you know the damage output. Will it be enough? Kappa Sun forced to go in there. Here's the Q. Oh, it's going to miss. XJ99 is going to go down, or gets the godlike here. There's the hook. Perfect timing. Gets full damage on that double kill, and my God, XJJ9, can we take a little bit of a breather here?
I am, you know, compared to their first game, they played it a little bit slower, and they allowed Dank Kush to create some opportunities and equalize the gold lead that MiMos Angels had kind of built up a little bit. I think they also played a little bit of a kind of like a defensive comp a little bit. The only really strong player that they had was 54 bomb 99 on the Twisted Fate, but
wow. Oh, brutal. Where's the Q? Oh, the Q, the Lantern. Wow. That guy just traveled across half the map in no time. XJ99, though, has a lot of gold stacked on him. If they can get the kill, he's legendary now, so that's okay. He's doing all right for himself.
I think that this is really impressive to see. It's just super impressive to see how aggressive they're playing and how many opportunities they're creating in such an early stage of the game. And I don't think I've ever seen a Nidalee play that well for a very long time.
Yeah.
However, the issue is once it gets to late game, and you know, Lee Sin builds a little bit tankier, Vlad builds a little bit tankier, Alistar is definitely there. What's oh my God, one more.
It's not gonna fly. I don't think it'll fly. Wow. Wow, and he doesn't get any damage, so he just picks up the kill under tower. Vlad's gonna come in to chase that one down. Exotic's forced to push XJ9 away. Exotics has the ultimate, so he's gonna be okay for a little bit. 7 buttons still so deep right now, and the Lantern back. Picks up kills way under turret. These guys are playing like absolute just monsters right now. XJJ9 though is in the back. Is he gonna go down? He does finally go down, and 54 bomb 99 though is gonna get on the killing spree. Picks up the Varus. Exotics, will it be enough? There's the Cutlass, and 54 bomb 99 now just gets to farm up. So much action, so fast.
The early pressure from Nidalee and the mid camp really snowballed and paved the way for the aggression across the map. Like you said earlier, Rumble had a field day in that top lane, and I can see it, I can smell it. Moelon is tilting in their pants. I can hear it. And even though they're getting kills here and there, it's not enough. And part of the problem is they picked such late game champions, and like even in pick and ban, I thought that the pick and ban kind of like went pretty well for Moelon in terms of their disengage comp, but the situation is they baited it so well. They picked Sivir first. I think they picked Nidalee as well. And like, oh, that could be a mid Dalee, that could be a top Dalee, that could be a jung Dalee. Like they picked so sneaky. Even I missed it. It went under my radar completely. And as the pick and ban went furthermore, they picked Zed and Rumble in the last lock-in, and that's just genius. That's just completely genius.
Yeah.
They picked their aggression at the end, and it's you can see that Moelon's in a tough spot now because of all this early aggression. The only way that they can make it back into this game is if they pick up a dragon, at least one of some kind, farm up, and they just have to play D for now. They just have to let all the towers fall and let their dreams come true at some point.
Here we go. By the way, the Ludens already is nasty. Has not hit yet. Like, we haven't seen the spear go down, but I feel like that Ludens is going to offer way too much damage, especially when sieging, and it's going to be a very, very tough thing to come back from. Plus, it'll proc on the traps, which also feels pretty rough. So, I think, yeah, pretty well said, man. There's, you got to sit back, maybe take a dragon, but it looks like Zed's already down that way. He's going to be able to defend that. He's got a ward on it as well. 2 turrets down top now, and he's... So, here's the thing. For the longest time, and I've never been able to say these words, so I'm going to say them now. Oh, Moelon, jeez! My god, down
Were those the words?
No, those were not the words. EGE.gg is going to be forced to ult here as well. But no, so Mimo had as many kills as Moelon's team had thousands of gold. Like, they were at 17 kills. Oh my god! Wow, Derek's gonna go down here as well. 7 buttons will pick up the kill though. 7 buttons brings a little bit of light to the team.
They have it now. 21 kills and 21.
Yeah. And it's been that way for a long time. It was only when they were stuck on 18 there for a little bit. But yeah, I've never been able to say that before. I'm pretty proud to say that now.
Oh man, EGE.gg is just tilting right now. Real no bueno. They still have the opportunity to make it back in this game with a good maybe team fight comp or a good pick. With like, I would sacrifice the split push. I would let Zed get an exposed inhibitor. I would do it. I would do it. If that means a 4-for-0 exchange just to let Zed get an inhibitor, I would do it. But
I don't think.
Wow, they're using the ultimate on blue buff. I am.
Oh, and they actually fought over the blue too.
Oh my god.
Bunch of wild animals.
Yeah.
It's like Lord of the Flies. Who gets the conch? Just not good. Oh, he procs the Gromp. Stop. Like, what a shit. That's like a combo shot in pool. You hit the Gromp to stop the Zed from backing. Beautiful. Really well played.
Windsor talent.
Hey, Simo.
Yo, so.
I actually just had shawarma from Windsor, which is actually one of the foods that I will say is better in Windsor. Nice!
Oh, tilt. Woo! Chains of tiltation.
And he's gonna take this down. Lands the Q though.
Is that why you were late? Because you were having shawarma?
No, but I had it in between games. This last one. Shawarma's delicious in Windsor. And actually, here's a fun fact. There was a guy from the States who ordered a pizza from Windsor. Cost him like $1,000 to have it delivered, but he just wanted a pizza from Windsor. During the Super Bowl. Sorry, it's during the Super Bowl.
Did he get the pizza?
You got it.
But like, what was it like? Didn't the pizza get cold?
Hey, we don't talk about that stuff. Windsor pizza is always hot and fresh. You know how the next morning you get cold pizza? No, not here. Not here.
What, that must be unhealthy to put in your pizza. It's always hot.
What, constant heat?
Yeah.
No, because every pizza is delivered in a functioning, turned-on, 350-degree oven.
That's more expensive than the guy who ordered the $1,000
The what?
That's more expensive than the guy who ordered the $1,000 pizza.
Speaking about ordering something up here, 54 Bomb 99 is ordering up a quick express delivery brought to you by EGE.gg. He does get out of that one. Permanent Love is about to go down here. Ultimate goes down. Tingar flashes over that wall. It's not going to be enough. Nice little Q. Still isn't going to finish him up. Wild Mimo kills him off. And it's only the Will of the Ancients on Tingar right now. Still sitting on 0, 6, and 3. My god.
Okay, I'm pretty sure you've been in a situation like this before. Like, you're a pretty big feeder. Oh, put that on pause.
Nice kill.
Okay, anyways, you're a pretty big feeder. I've played with you. You feed to win.
Yeah.
when you're in a situation like this, like let's say Vladimir, right? Would you build like first item Rabadons or Zanyas? Like what would you, like when you're thinking about itemization from behind, like do you want to spike or do you want to tank? Like what's the dealio?
When it's oh, actually, Wild Mimo. Oh, Exotics, you're talking about it, man. He's tilting so hard. When you're talking about this far behind, I think you're right. I think Rabadons is the way to go. Please tell me he doesn't W over the E or under the E. Don't do it. Oh, I thought he was gonna do it. Okay, anyways, yeah, I think you're right. I think Rabadons is the way to go. Nice little Q. Derek picks up the kill. Unfortunately, he resets his value.
Nothing.
Ooh, ooh, nice little jukes.
I could feel 7 buttons just trying to carry this so hard. Like I feel it.
Yeah.
I feel it in his one spinal snake cord.
Yeah.
In his bones.
You feel it in his foot.
In his
Which is his body, his entire
boot.
body. They should have that. You know that Mario, that one power-up where you're in a boot and you can go over spikes and stuff?
I don't know.
What are you, like, born in the 90s?
Yeah. I was.
Yeah, anyways, they should make a skin for that.
Born in the 90s?
Yeah.
It's like,
Oily goes down, and Exotics gets hooked up here. Hooked up with likely his own death. Though he does try to go in, gets a headbutt onto 54 bomb 99. Unfortunately, it's just not going to be enough. Derek goes in now. Lee Syndrome? Nope, doesn't matter. Doesn't get the option.
Wow.
Force fed his medication.
Of course. This was a sad game to watch, and I think it's because I feel like Moelon kind of let it get out of control. Yeah. I don't want to discredit Moelon in any way. They played phenomenally last game, but I feel like pick and ban was rough, and they let this game snowball out of control. And like from a viewer perspective, I might be like, oh my god, they look so weak. They're just getting demolished. 27-8. Oh my god, that's as many kills as thousands of gold, right?
Yeah.
But the situation is... Snowball was real, and here comes a giant avalanche.
Big AoE. That was really nicely done. 54 bomb 99 has quite a few deaths actually now. Mimo, though, picks up the Vlad. It's not going to be enough here. XJ99 is going to pick up a double kill. Or Mimo picks that one up. Double kill for XJ99. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's pretty good. So pretty rough. Pretty rough stuff. So now they have more kills than Moelon has, thousands of gold. Which I actually earlier I asked my streamer about that, like what it feels like to have that exact statistic, and he said, "Well, what do you mean? That's like a Wednesday to me." So he's yeah, he's pretty used to it, and I guess it just feels bad. Is what I'm saying. It just feels really, really bad.
Oh, look at Moelon. They bought Doran's blades and Doran's rings, and this is sad.